Picture the scene. Goliath's roar shook the ground and the armies trembled. A humble shepherd boy stepped forward, not with a sword and spear, but with unwavering faith. It's a perfect reminder that God often brings victory through the most unlikely heroes. The Israelites stood frozen. For 40 days, a giant named Goliath of Gath, a warrior over 9 feet tall, mocked the armies of the living God. 1 Samuel 17:11. On hearing the Philistines' words, Saul and all the Israelites were dismayed and terrified. David wasn't a soldier. He was a shepherd, a musician, the youngest of 8 brothers. But while the world saw a boy, God saw a warrior. 1 Samuel 16:7. For the Lord sees not as man sees. Man looks on the outward appearance, but the Lord looks on the heart. When David heard Goliath's defiance, he didn't run. He burned with righteous anger. While others saw an unbeatable giant, David saw an opportunity for God to be glorified. 1 Samuel 17:26. David said, "Who is this uncircumcised Philistine that he should defy the armies of the living God?" David went to King Saul, offering himself as the champion of Israel, not because he trusted in his own strength, but because he trusted in God's faithfulness. 1 Samuel 17:37. David said to the king, "The Lord, who delivered me from the paw of the lion and from the paw of the bear, will deliver me from the hand of this Philistine." David didn't take Saul's armor. He wasn't trying to fight like the world. He took what he knew, his faith, his sling, and 5 stones. 1 Samuel 17:40. Then he took his staff in his hand and chose 5 smooth stones from the brook and put them in his shepherd's pouch. Goliath laughed. Israel trembled. But David ran toward the battle, not away. With 1 stone and unshakable faith, the boy became a legend. 1 Samuel 17:45-47. Then David said to the Philistine, "You come to me with a sword, but I come to you in the name of the Lord of hosts, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied, for the battle is the Lord's, and he will deliver you into my hands." 1 Samuel 17:48. As the Philistine moved closer to attack him, David ran quickly toward the battle line to meet him. 1 Samuel 17:49. Reaching into his bag and taking out a stone, he slung it and struck the Philistine on the forehead. The stone sank into his forehead, and he fell face down on the ground. 1 Samuel 17:50. So David triumphed over the Philistine with a sling and a stone. Without a sword in his hand, he struck down the Philistine and killed him. The impossible happened. But it wasn't about David's aim. It was about David's God. A single act of faith changed everything. The giants we face today are real. Fear, depression, debt, insecurity. But God's victory isn't limited to the pages of Scripture. It's available now. Romans 8:31. If God is for us, who can be against us? 2 Corinthians 12:9. My grace is sufficient for you, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. David points to someone greater. Jesus, the Son of David, faced the ultimate enemy, sin and death, and he won. Not with weapons, but with the power of love and sacrifice. John 19:30 says, "It is finished." Colossians 2:15. Having disarmed principalities and powers, he made a public spectacle of them, triumphing over them in it. What giant are you facing today? Stand in faith. Trust in the God of David. Victory is not found in our strength, but in his. Psalm 27:1. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? Don't just hear the story, live it. Face your giants with boldness, walk in faith like David, and know that the battle is the Lord's. Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Let faith arise in your heart today. Please like, subscribe, and share this message of victory with your loved ones. And leave your prayer requests in the comments. We'll stand with you in faith. God bless you.